lot of people on to be going on about re-releasing the Band Aid record. And I thought it had sort of served its purpose. The only way that it could be valid at all would be to make it contemporary for a new generation. The problem is the same, the song is the same, it's the same time of year. The only thing that's changed perhaps is that the faces in English pop music have changed.
He called me on Friday, he said, look, I'm getting really pushed to release Band Aid again, and I don't think it's right, it's not relevant to today's artists, and if anybody could do it, it's you guys, by putting, all your artists on, and would you do it? And obviously, we just said yes. We started at 5 this morning, and we'll be working through till about 4 tomorrow morning. And Pete Hammond, our mixing engineer, starts at 7 o'clock. We get some sleep and come back. Hopefully, we'll finish the record and have it mixed by about 12:30. And what we're hoping is that we can actually get into the stores for a week Monday enough copies to quench the thirst of the first, say, 50,000. And by the end of the week, got another 50,000. That's enough to give us the number one for Christmas.
Well, I hope you get it. It's playing in the background now. They're back down there, so the best of luck. Thank you very much indeed. Through your head now?
I feel really proud of him because he's like, I love him, do you know what I mean? But apart from my brother, I think the whole event this time is just, I think for me, because I really love stuff. I just love being here, do you know what I mean? I just love being part of it. There's no egos, there's nothing. It's just a good time.
What bit have you got to do? What are your bits?
Well, do you remember that bit tonight? Thank God it's them, he said. I've sung that bit, so hopefully I've got that.
So do you know at this stage whether they'll use it? I mean, is there like a guarantee that it'll be in, or they'll come back and sort of say, well, could you come and do another bit as well, or could you do the big finale?
Well,
I mean, how does it work?
Everyone's coming in to do the chorus, but it's, we're doing, thanks Luke, we're doing, no, there's a bit that I want, and if, hopefully I'll like that bit.
Well, we'll have to...
I think we should. Just look at it.
Someone else do it.
Sure.
How do you feel now, then? How are you feeling now? I mean, have you done your bit?
Yep.
Right, you've done your bit. Are you happy with it?
Yeah, I am. I mean, obviously we're doing it very quickly, and there's a reason behind that. Well, I mean, that's the way the guys sort of work anyway, but it sounds great.
It must be.
It sounds amazing.
This is a bit odd to rush in and do something quickly rather than, being able to spend a bit of time thinking about it.
Yeah, although, I mean, that's sort of the way the guys work anyway, so in that sort of sense I'm quite used to it. I think what's probably weird for me is that, like, in 1984, I was at school when that record was out, and I sort of felt quite a buzz, and the whole Live Aid, the Band Aid sort of thing was really quite inspiring. And then to suddenly come back in 1989 and to actually, someone said to me, would you like to be on it? And you go, wow,
Exciting.
The press, I can't believe this. I sort of got into this place and, I don't know, I started to shake. You never actually realise until you're confronted by an audience, or you're confronted by a press, or you're confronted by cameras or whatever, the extent to which your work has influence on other people. And that'll be the phone.
Did you get that phone?
Yeah, excuse me. Hold on a second.
Yes? No, he's busy at the moment. Nicky? No, not here at the moment. Would you like to talk to Jason?
Bob. Oh, yeah. No. I don't want to do it. No, it's fine. Okay, bye.
There's someone on the end.
It's just Bob. He wants to do Live Aid. Oh my God. We've only got a couple of minutes.
If we all actually said, oh no, what's the point? Because the temptation is to say, what's the point? We cannot change the world. But, a great quote which might help you understand is, I heard someone say this once, and I thought, isn't that fabulous? One man cannot change the world, but you can change the world for one man. And I think to myself, that's all that matters, If one person's life is made easier because of all of this, only one, who cares about counting? It's worth it. It's absolutely worth it.
If they're getting too heavy and too topical, it shouldn't be us that should be doing it. It should be government that should become more involved in it. And if it takes pop stars to give them, for them to start to understand, to have a conscious thing, great.
I said this before, it's like your motives, you know, I think that speak volumes, and all you're trying to do is make people aware of the problem. I mean, I don't think you can change the world, you know, but I think you can probably make people aware.
And just take it for what it is. Don't say, I'm not going to buy it because it's blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Just put your hand in your pocket, let's see your money, because that's what it's all about. We bit our lip, may you bite your lip and put your hand in your pocket, that's what it's all about.
Well, I just think it's really important that people don't look at the newspapers and see the thing about Ethiopia and think, oh my God, I'll turn over. You know, you've got to think, oh my God, I should read this because I want to find out what it's all about. Definitely.
Good. All right. Lisa, thank you very much indeed. Thanks very much indeed, Tim. We're actually going to get out now because this is the artist's waiting room, they said. There's a little sign on the door that says no TV crews. We're not supposed to be in here. No, so we're not supposed to be in here, and we're about to get found out. So I'm going to go. Thank you very much indeed.
It's pretty true to the original, but it's also, it's modified, it's updated. And it's, I mean, they're not putting out a record because they know people are going to buy it. It's still a really great record, or will be, I have faith.
There you have it, the finished product. Got to get into shops pretty quickly. That's my day at PWL. And of course, as far as the single is concerned, its success depends on you. Band-Aid happening once again.
To get to the top of the Christmas music charts. But a few years ago, pictures like these coming out of Africa inspired a unique cooperative venture from the world's greatest pop stars. Led by Bob Geldof, they recorded their own Christmas single to raise money for famine relief.
Well, Band-Aid was, of course, an enormous success. It raised millions of pounds and inspired a host of other fundraising events. Now, that was 5 years ago, and those taking part probably thought that it was a magnificent one-off. But in Ethiopia today, famine and war is still crippling the country, and Britain's best musicians have again leapt into action. Top record producer Pete Waterman was phoned by Bob Geldof, and within a matter of hours, he'd assembled Band-Aid 2.
At Christmas time, we let him light and we banish shade.
And here he is. You had a phone call, well, I bet it was about 3 in the morning, knowing Bob.
It wasn't, it was actually 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And the thing was, we had to do it all in about 5 hours because we had our Christmas party that night, which meant that we were all leaving the studio by 6 o'clock. So I had to have it all confirmed.
You mean you had to get in touch with all the pop
the
artists?
Yeah. And Matt and Mike, because, you know, Mike Stock and Matt Aitken weren't in because they were getting ready for the Christmas party. I think Mike Stock had gone off to play a round of golf, so I was trying to find him on a golf course. Because I'd committed us to do this. And of course, the guys that were going to do the work, I hadn't even asked if they were...
So you instantly said yes, did you?
Yes.
Yeah.
There was no... I'd seen the pictures from the week on the Sunday. I didn't even have any hesitation.
Unlike a lot of charity things, I mean, Band-Aid is something which I think almost anybody who's approached, particularly by Bob Geldof, is going to jump at. Everybody wants to get involved in it, don't they? It's, everyone says yes, don't they?
Yes. I mean, some artists we lost because the Sunday we recorded, which was a week ago now, was the foggiest Sunday for a long, long time, and we actually lost people in the fog.
Yeah.
But having said that, you know...
I can see that everybody wanted to do it. It's still a fairly amazing feat that you could physically get them all together, because aren't these people... I mean, a lot of them, they must be on tours, they must be in the middle of contracts or abroad.
Yeah. Well, Ross were in Germany and they flew back.
Yeah.
Jason Donovan was in Paris and flew back. Kylie Minogue was due to go to Europe on the Sunday. Lisa Stansfield was going on holiday, so she put her holiday back a day. And everybody, you know, got it together.
So that was the initial phone call was a Friday.
Yes, and we made the record on the Sunday.
Exactly, a day later. You were all in studio doing
I think that's an amazing fact, but the actual fact that the records hit the stores yesterday is a feat that is quite amazing, because when Bob did the first record, there were actually 3 plants making records more than there are today. So we had about 700,000 orders by Friday, and we had 125,000 records going to the stores yesterday. We have another 150,000 going into the stores today. That is quite amazing. That's Polydor Records. That is almost impossible to do.
Well, we're going to hear the record and see the video in about 2 minutes from now, but how is it different from the first Band Aid single? Because I haven't heard it yet, haven't I?
Well, because the original Band Aid record was so successful, I think the cause was the main reason it was successful.
Yeah.
I think Bob is quite honest that said they really lashed it together as quickly as possible. What I think that Mike Stock and Matt Aitken did this time, they had 5 years' experience to actually look at the song. And for instance, our song is completely different from the original. Not many people have actually spotted that it's completely different. It actually has choruses. The original version doesn't have any choruses except at the end.
Except at the end, that's right.
Where we've, because the amount of artists, Mike and Matt, put in Cliff Richard and Bananarama singing a chorus, then there's the Pasadenas are singing a chorus, and then everybody sings a chorus at the end. So it's more of a formal pop song now than it was before.
Yeah. Is there much jostling between the artists for things like sort of individual solo bits, or don't they mind?
Well, as always in these occasions, there has to be one person makes the decision, and Mike Stock always makes the decision when it comes to the vocals. We record them all singing the song, and then Mike, Matt and myself go through and we pick the best voices, and it was as simple as that. And I have to say, thank God for Cliff Richard, because there were parts that, as the day wore on and the speed, we needed to patch up. And Cliff stayed till 3 in the morning to help us out.
Now, I mean, everybody's saying it's absolutely inevitable that this is going to be #1 this Christmas.
I hope so.
Probably by this weekend, I believe.
I hope so, yeah.
And Cliff Richard, of course, had a #1 last year, Mistletoe and Wine.
He's the first person ever to have had 2 Christmas #1s in concession.
Good old Cliff, eh?
Yeah, good for him.
And good for you. We're really looking forward to hearing it, which we are about to do. Thank you, Pete. We'll be showing you the video in just a second. But in the meantime, if you'd like to donate money to the charity, you can write to this address. The Snowman. He was
sisters down the front here. The Andrews sisters down the front there, dancing away. Helen, Sarah Louise, welcome. Would you like a mince pie? I brought you some mince pies if you'd like one. There we are, and they're proper ones. They are for you, all right. You can eat them.
Actually, I don't eat them because I'm a vegetarian.
You're a vegetarian? Well, I don't think there's any meat in them, really. Is there meat? There's not really meat in mince pies, is there? I don't think it's real meat. Anyway, there's been sort of Buzzbox and the Go-Go's and there's been the Bangles. I mean, do you class yourselves, you know, anywhere near those? Or
well,
similar?
they've never given you Frosty, have they?
They've never
given you Frosty, and the Marines are here to give you Frosty.
What I wanted to know, what happens, I mean, great, Frosty the Snowman, brilliant, up to sort of Christmas Day, but if it hasn't gone into the charts by then, you've sort of lost, aren't you? What happens?
No, we're not, because Frosty's a double A side, and we're going to go now in the new year.
Ah, I see. Go now is on the other side.
Yeah.
Frosty's gone.
He's gone. And out comes Go.
How are you spending Christmas? What are you going to do?
Quietly at home.
Yeah?
Doing nothing.
Nice and quiet.
Eating.
Good, but,
opening presents.
But certainly not turkey. What do you do if you're a vegetarian? What do you
You can
have?
get vegetable, vegetarian mince pie, and you have nut roast for dinner.
Nut roast on Christmas Day. Quite right. So we'll all be very pleased to hear that anyway. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Hang around, stick around, have a cup of coffee and some mince pies and stuff, and we'll find you a nut roast. In the meantime, the singing corner.
Really know, and it's been true all my life. Yes, it's been true all my life. Talking to myself just to suggest that I'm selfish. I've been trying to impress that more is less and I'm repressed. I should do it. However I look, it's clear to see I love you more than you love me. However I look, it's clear to see I love you more than you love me.
Happy Christmas!
There's no need to be afraid.
At Christmas time,
go now. They say they're on a mission to entertain. They are Helen, Sarah and Denny, and they met in 1988. They have a shared obsession of the music of Phil Spector, and from that moment, their biography also too dissolves into complete madness. Helen describes herself as a big wall of sound and says of the all-girl group idea, so immediate, pure pleasure, front-lobal fun. They say they refuse to be tied by the dour-faced, belt-tightening realism of the 80s, whatever all that might mean. Yeah. On to the phone now, and Liz. Hi, Liz.
Hi.
What do you reckon?
Well, the tune's quite catchy. I suppose you could dance to it, but the miming's awful, especially in the beginning. The choreographer should be shot.